All right, guys, we are going to hear about a visit with Samuel Johnson and get his story out there. So you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay.
I'm Charity White. Me and my girls went and saw Samuel Johnson yesterday. John Lang gave me his name, and if I'm correct, he's friends with the Bundys. They met him in there.
He's with Ryan Bundy right now.
With Ryan Bundy, okay. And when I talked to him, this is kind of an in-between place for him, I think. He's going to Oregon.
He's been waiting on 3 months to be transferred to Oregon, and he's on that diesel therapy bus thing, and they've been loading him up and driving him around the parking lot, driving him to Vegas, and he has never made it to Oregon yet in the last few months. They just keep telling the plane broke down along with 40 other guys that are going to Oregon.
Oh my gosh. He didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
He didn't say that. So when at the end, when I was like, hey, maybe I'll come back in June, and he's like, he really wanted us to keep in touch, so he gave me some information where I can find him wherever he's at, his number and everything. But he was an awesome guy. He was really surprised to have visitors, because he's been in there over 3 years and he's never had not one visitor.
3 years?
Not one visitor in 3 years.
What's he in there for? Did he say?
He didn't say. It sounded kind of like, he was saying he didn't want to go back to his old life. He's found God, and he's changed, and he is. He's just, you can see it in his face. He's bright. He's just awesome. He's really cool.
Has he been convicted?
I don't know. We talked about a lot of like the girls. They sing in songs, and they told them some of the poems they've learned in school. One of the cool things was, he goes, so Darcy's a year and a half old, and she sang him Elmo's World song, the only song she knows. And in the middle, she started to giggle. Well, first of all, I didn't even know there were people behind him, and as soon as he started talking to her, there was like 3 other prisoners that came in behind, and they were just like, they were so excited to see a little baby, and they were all trying to hear her sing. It was so sweet because they're such tough guys, and then they just melted into puddles as soon as she started to sing. So that was really cool to see. And so she started to giggle in the middle, and he's like, I haven't heard a kid's laugh like that in years. I haven't heard a kid laugh. And I was just like, oh my gosh. It was really touching, and he was just an awesome guy. I don't know why he's in there. I didn't want to be too nosy or anything, but he seemed like a very changed man. And he was so grateful for visitors. So
He told me on the phone that they have a group of a dozen guys, 13, 14 guys, that have been praying for all of us out here every day.
Really?
And him with Ryan Bundy was leading the prayer circle yesterday. But they get all together, and Ryan Bundy just got in with them, but they know of all the Bundys because they're all in one big place.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
yeah.
So they get to know each other, but they said that they've been doing this prayer circle for us for a long time, trying to make sure that we're safe out here.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't really know what he's in there for. I personally think that lots of times they're in there for something, yes, but it's just extreme the way that they're handling it. But whatever he's in there for, he's a changed man. He's ready to get out and do some good things. He's a landscaper. I told him to help us with our yard when he gets out. So. Yeah, he's a cool guy. He had a baby sister while he was in there. I think he said last year she died. She was murdered. And he said that her name was Jane, which is one of my daughter's names. 1 second. Gotta save my phone here. My daughter's covering it in dirt. Yeah, so he said that his baby sister's name was Jane. And he just talked about her, and it was just cool. He's Native American, and so he's bald on the top, and he has the long hair that he's been growing. And I'm not exactly sure, but he explained somehow how it was in honor of his sister.
Okay.
Now, it must have been longer than last year because he's been growing it out ever since she died. So great guy, and I know who he is.
Yes.
It was so cool to be that person to be able to come visit him.
How old was he, or do you know about?
I'd say maybe in his 40s.
Okay, yeah.
He said he had a 26-year-old son.
Yeah, oh wow, yeah.
So something like that.
But no visitors, that's
No
his,
visitors.
Yeah, it'd be horrible to be in a dark place like that and no visitors ever.
As family, it just reminded me of people in general and how, we're just handling that situation all wrong. First of all, a lot of them that are in there shouldn't be in there. They're not even convicted. But secondly, even if they are, it's usually for something
Non-violent.
small.
Yep.
And even if it is violent, if that's why they're in there, this isn't the way to help them.
No.
They need people to come in with lights to heal them. They need kids to come in. They need people to talk to them, not to ask them what they did, but what they're doing to change who they were. And like I said, I don't even know if they did anything at all. Lots of times they
Yeah.
in this situation. But if they did, even if they did, I just visiting.
One of the reasons they don't get visits too is because some of their family lives so far away, 1,000 miles away. Joe Robertson got moved from Montana all the way to Colorado, and his wife's never been able to visit him. 18 months. The Hammonds got taken from Oregon all the way to California. Their family has been visiting them, but it's a long trip from there to California and very financial burden on the families trying to visit their loved ones while they're in prison miles and miles away.
Why do they do that?
It's a way of punishment because they'll take people from Colorado and take them to Montana to a federal prison. They'll take people from Montana to Colorado. They make it so difficult. It's the punishment thing of it.
Well, segregation is a powerful tool in the hands of government as far as not just if you can segregate the people, then they have to scatter to visit them, but also they can't unite as easily together. And also segregation in race and in topics. Lots of times, with that Dakota Access Pipeline, I wanted to support them, but they were pushing people like us away when you could just understand that we all are being affected the same way, but segregation's a really powerful tool in this way.
And they're making money off of this too.
Yeah.
It's another big thing.
Yeah, that's true. So they can segregate all of these different parts.
Yes.
That makes sense. They did that in the time of.
I don't often say this, but I don't see a big difference between private prisons and public prisons in terms of their iniquity or
Yes.
sin or evil. They're all the same. In
Yeah.
fact, privatization to me is a good thing generally. In most,
true,
in
yeah.
most areas of government.
Yeah.
So that's just my opinion.
Yes.
Others disagree with me.
No, I think the same thing. I agree with that.
And you visited a prisoner also. I'm sorry, I know you're eating, but it's okay. I turned the camera on you, but you visited a prisoner. It was Greg Burleson just for a few minutes.
Yeah, just for a few minutes toward the end of his conversation. He was very talkative. He really enjoyed having someone to visit with, and he's blind. He went blind, what was it, 2 months before he was put into prison? And I don't know that if he is getting any attention for that at all, or if there's any possibility of restoring his sight. He said the doctors couldn't figure out why he was blind, but I wonder if they really did pursue that question. Sometimes, in fact, I was reading something about the quality of doctors that are and I have no factual for that, but I just question if he's getting the attention that he needs. And he said the reason he was put in there is because he was sitting on the hill and he had a gun next to him in the bushes. It was pointed down in the bushes. He didn't even have it pointed at anyone, but they arrested him and indicted him, and he's got 10 years now, and he has a possibility of 50 more years, and he's not even sure what the charges are on those other charges that they're going to try to lock him up for life. He's 52 years old.
That's Burleson?
Mm-hmm.
I believe he has mandatory minimum 57 years.
I just don't understand it, and yet they let rapists and murderers go, and they will not even give these people bail. I don't understand it.
Well, thanks a lot for coming down here and joining us. I know you got to go home today, so thanks a lot. So, guys, that's a little bit of some stories here from jail down here at the prison in Pahrump, and over that embankment back there, that's where the prison's hiding. But thanks a lot for joining us, and some of the stories of some of the people that visited today, or yesterday actually. We got more people that can visit today and through the weekend, so if you're down here, we'll set you up a visit so you can go in there and experience what we're experiencing and hear some stories from these guys that are inside. Thanks a lot, guys, and have a good day.